Well, Facebook users can now claim their piece of the $725 million privacy settlement.
It's one of many recent high-profile cases that could earn you some cash. And personal finance expert Dan Ricardo joins us live with some tips on how to spot a real settlement from a scam. Good morning and thanks for joining us.
What's up, Jose? Hi, Melissa.
Hello.
Now, tell us exactly what is a class action settlement?
Yeah, so basically what happens is you and I as individuals, we have a right to take a company to court, sue them if there's been damages, but you can imagine how difficult that might be. So instead we have these class actions where thousands, sometimes millions of consumers are working together through a law firm to basically try to correct something that went wrong. You mentioned Facebook, Jose, where they basically leaked some private information that they shouldn't have done. And they were fined $725 million approximately, of which that has to be made available to you and I, the folks that were actually hurt by that instance.
Okay, so let's talk about some recent examples so it might bring to mind to others where this has happened before.
Yeah, and by the way, really common stuff, guys. We shouldn't just point out Facebook. This happens a lot. IKEA, $24 million. They put too much customer information on their receipts. AT&T, $60 million. They were, there were some issues about whether their speeds of their internet were actually as fast as they claimed they were, things like that. So very common. The difficulty for a consumer is that oftentimes you get this information, Mel, and you're thinking, is it right? Is it valid? Is it a scam? Should I participate? So it's not necessarily an easy thing for a consumer to navigate through.
But as you're trying to navigate, how do you determine if a letter or any type of notification you may receive either online or through the mail, how do you know it's the real thing, though?
That's really the key question. Thanks, Jose. When I got the Facebook notice, which is when I started working on this story, like you, I was a little skeptical. So the first thing I always do, guys, when I get these is I go to the company website. The company website, the official company website, should have a description of what's going on, what this settlement will be, and what the procedure is, or a link for you to claim what, if any, money you might get. A backup plan is the FTC. The government has a website, ftc.gov, that lists all these settlements. So a consumer can be sure that it's not a scam, it's actually valid, and see whether or not they can participate. Read the fine print. Never provide personal banking information. It's just, unfortunately, Jose, there are a lot of scammers out there.
And I have to say that I've been skeptical because I have gotten letters like that and I just toss it just thinking, well, I'm probably going to get $3, why risk it? But I want our viewers to know what goes into actually claiming that cash, and is it really worth the work that you have to put into it to make it happen?
Depends. Sometimes, and I'm with you, Mel, like, is this thing worth it or not? I'm busy. I've gotten a check for as little as, I think maybe it was $1.96, and I also got one for $37, right, over the last couple of years. So it really depends on the settlement. You kind of have to make your own call on that, whether or not you have the time and effort to do it, complete the form, return it, or now it's pretty easy. Most of them are online. But here's one thing, Mel, that we all have to understand. When you participate in that claim, you're actually giving up your individual rights to any further claims. So if you were, perhaps hurt in some way beyond what you believe this was worth, you may not want to participate because you're giving up that right.
Interesting information to know and to have. Thanks a lot. Dan, have a great weekend, too.
Happy Mother's Day, Mel.
Oh, thank you very much. I hope it's a special weekend for all the moms out there. Thank you again.